This video will be a full overview of my $500 budget night vision setup. I wanted to get night vision, but I didn't have $3,000 to spend on a military grade unit. However, I did want a setup that was within my budget and was still pretty effective. So here we go. What I have here is a Sightmark 1x24 Ghost Hunter monocular. Here's the box. So what this is a Generation 1 night vision monocular. It comes with this head harness. And it's not a bad head harness, but it's very, very uncomfortable to wear. It puts a lot of pressure on your forehead. And I don't like that. So I went with the helmet setup. This helmet is a Lancer Tactical advanced version bump type helmet. Its intended use is airsoft, but it does work as a bump helmet for my applications. And then we have an infrared illuminator, also made by Sightmark. And then to attach the monocular to the helmet, I used a military grade Rhino mount and a J-bar, which is this piece right there. So product specifics, as I said, Sightmark Ghost Hunter 1x24 night vision monocular. I bought this as the goggle set, and the reason for that is that in order to attach it to this J-bar, which is this piece, you need this thumb wheel, and the J-bar will come with a different thumb wheel, which is not going to have the same threading as your monocular. So when you get this night vision device, you take this thumb wheel from the head harness I just showed you, and this will work. So this is a Generation 1 device. It's a monocular. It has no magnification. It's 1x24. And it does work pretty well. You know, I can get a clear picture of a person with just moonlight out to maybe 50 yards. I'd say that's a safe distance. Okay, next. And this was $300 on Optics Planet. And that's the night vision monocular. Next up, the helmet. Lancer Tactical Advanced Version Bump Type Helmet. I bought it on evike.com. It was $70. And it's a pretty nice helmet. It has a great chin strap system, which holds it very securely. It's adjustable in the rear via this little wheel, which is part of the retention system. And it also allows you to mount things on the side of it. So overall, it's a good helmet. It works for my uses. It's within the budget of a $500 setup. So I definitely recommend it. If you are going to get this helmet, if you can see this mount here for the night vision, make sure you get this one with the screws in it, because this is a metal mount. They sell some helmets which have a built-in molded plastic mount, and it just doesn't look as sturdy. So definitely get the version with this mount. Look for these screws when you're buying it. Next up, infrared illuminator. This is made by Sightmark. This is the box. Sightmark IR-805 compact infrared illuminator. I bought this on Amazon for $50. Basically what this does is it projects infrared light. Infra meaning below, and red. It's just below red on the visible light spectrum. It's invisible to the naked eye, but the night vision picks it up very clearly like a flashlight. So with the Generation 1 device, the picture is not always as clear as a more expensive device, or you just can't see as far. This handles that for the most part. Of course, no, it's not going to be the same as a $3,000 PVS-14 with these two items, but it's a lot better than if you did not have this, and it's definitely worth it. So I highly recommend this. Next up, how did I mount this to the helmet? This right here is called a Rhino mount. These are military issue, and they're very common. I bought it on Amazon for $50. You can find them cheaper. The next part is a J-bar, which is this bar running right here. It attaches your night vision to the Rhino mount. I bought this J-bar on Amazon for $25. You can find them all over Amazon, eBay, surplus stores, whatever. They're very common as well. So let's go into night vision basics. There are three generations of night vision. This being a Gen 1 device, which I believe was developed in the 1960s and used up until late 70s, early 80s. Basically what it does is it magnifies ambient light by thousands of times to create a visible picture for you, as well as being able to see infrared light. That's what night vision does. Now, if you go up to something like Generation 2, it's going to be a clearer picture, it's going to be better, but most of those devices are upwards of $800, which does not work for a budget setup. Generation 3, being what the military currently uses, is even more expensive. You're looking at least $2,000 for a Generation 3 device. I'm sure they're very good, but that just did not work for me. So that's the basics on night vision. Next up, I want to talk about the uses and considerations of a setup like this. So I had $500. I wanted night vision. My uses for it are for prepping. It's nice to have. Survival, shit hit the fan, whatever you want to call it. That's why I bought night vision. The reason I went with this setup is because it is a helmet mounted setup, which means my hands are completely free versus using binoculars, a monocular without a mount, or an uncomfortable head strap, or having it on your gun and having to point your gun anywhere you want to look. That is extremely, extremely annoying if you are trying to get something done other than manipulating your weapon. So I think this is the best setup for night vision. The other uses would be hiking. This would be great. As I said, prepping, airsoft if you're into that, or really just getting anything done at night. This gives you a lot more capability without drawing attention to yourself. One consideration with this setup is that since you do have a built-in IR illuminator on this night vision device, as well as a decent size infrared illuminator here, is that if someone else has night vision, they will be able to see you very, very easily from quite a long distance away, because you will glow very brightly to them from your infrared light. Now, that's not a big consideration for me because most people aren't going to have night vision, and it's definitely better than walking around with a flashlight in the middle of the night where you can be seen for a very long distance by anyone. So now I want to show you guys a little test and demonstration of this. So give me 1 second. Going to put the helmet on, and then I'm going to turn off the lights in here. I have turned off all the other lights in my house, so there's very little ambient light. So you'll really get an idea of how this device works. I'm going to take the camera. Turn off the lights. And here we go. That's with the infrared illuminator on the side of my helmet turned off. This is what you're going to see. It doesn't look as good through the camera. With the illuminator on, this is kind of what you can expect. For me, it works very well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment any questions you may have, and I will definitely answer you.